YouTube, Tutti back. This is Play Expo. What's going to call it? Wrap up thoughts and general chit chat and chinwag about it all, really. So a couple of things. Big thanks to Daz, Conas de Loro, for the lift halfway up there. Really do appreciate that, mate. And the travelling companions or buddies for the day was Jay, Cybersnake, and Shocks, as well as obviously Daz was chief driver, and yeah, Shocks was what do you call it? Beanie co-pilot. Yeah, Flippy Bean co-pilot he was. But no, I mean, they're great guys to travel with. Anyone who's met them will know that. It was great crack, and yeah, I mean, picked up a few bits, a few odds and sods here and there. You know, like we said before, you ain't going to get dealer's entry there. Make no bones about it. If you go in there think it's going to be a bargain hunt, it's not going to happen. You know, you will be paying top dollar. You can get some deals. Did a couple of nice little deals actually. Some cracking gifts, absolutely outstanding gifts. Met some YouTubers. Not as many people YouTubers met up. I do understand that quite a lot were there. Not many met up. I think it was a little bit too big. I think those that went last year would probably know, like, the top sort of corner segment or quarter wasn't used. Well, literally, it was the whole area was used up. I think the way they set it out was a little bit odd. It didn't flow too well. I think a lot of us felt that. Yeah, and it was very unwieldy in terms of an event. Yeah, you could easily lose people, which is probably why we didn't see many people. We were at the bar for a little while, off the course, and met up with some great people. I won't list too many people's names, so I'm bound to forget somebody, but it was nice to see the Dutch contingent of Wouter and Mark Verheer, Lactobilious Prime, and Wouter's the Highlander. Obviously the artist formerly known as a Highlander. Great drawings. I did not realise actually he drew them by hand, scanned them in, and then coloured them in on the PC. I said to him, "Did you do it all on the PC?" Because they look absolutely outstanding. So it was great to meet them guys. Dave, the Infected Flinch, great to meet you, pal. I mean, I'm not going to list everybody, but they're people that I hadn't met before, essentially. And Russ Newton and his mate, the back wheel. I can't remember his name is now. I do apologise. Had a few pints with them. I think Russ was looking a little bit worse for wear. Not that I was any better condition, but yeah, I think we saw a few too many red stripes. Hey, Russ? But it was a great day, absolutely great day, I must admit. Glad I went. It was a bonus day for me. I wasn't planning on going at all. Daz kind of roped me into it, sort of not last minute, but quite last minute. So parts, I think we both thought at one point, shit, we should have stayed over. Never mind. I think Blackpool 3 days next year. That's going to be great. That's going to be a great event. I think the 3 days will work really well. You'll have, like, the Saturday to do all your buying and whatnot. The Sunday to sort of play some games and have more chinwags, and the Monday will be a nice chilled day, which you can do a bit of both. That, because like I say, yesterday I wasn't rushed, but it went so quick. I don't know where the time went. Before I know it was like, fucking hell, we're going back. A little bit cheeky with the queue. I think we rocked up at 10 o'clock. Opens at 11. And the fucking queue was... We looked outside, we looked walking to the event, and there was this queue, and they were like, oh, fucking hell. I went, that ain't the right queue, because it looked too short, and as we got closer, it was for like a card game. And so as we went round, I don't know if anyone's ever been, sort of queue last year sort of started round the other side of the building. And as we were approaching it, you couldn't see anybody there, and they were all like, oh, this queue's going to be great. So we were out short, and I was thinking, no, it's not. It's going to loop round the car park. Round the corner. Fucking hell, I think it looped 3 or 4 times, and we were like, I was like, I can't be doing stood in this queue here, man, this is going to do my nutting. I'm saying this to Jay, like, and I said, look, hold my bag, I'll have my phone out and pretend I'm trying to find someone, you know, because if I'm just on my own, it won't look too bad. So I walked along, and I seen Amiga Old School, Adam. And I was like, oh, mate, you know, and he's a little bit further in the queue, so I sort of hopped in there, and he went, oh, I've got something for you. So this is the first little bit of a pick-up, well, gift. And because I mean, he's, as the name suggests, big into his Amiga, and he's always got, like, I think at one point he had a soundtrack playing in the background for a lot of Amiga games, and he's fair play for him. He's doing me a disc of the Amiga music, so that will be in another video that's going to be playing in the background. But cheers for that, Pat. I think his name's Adam. I do apologise, Adam or Andy, something like that. But yeah, check him out. I'll link him down below. As I'll link all the people that I sort of met down below anyway. But yeah, so I kind of sort of sidled in with him, had a quick chat, him and his mate. Sort of called Jay up to talk, come over here, and then we hopped that close, and we're thinking, fucking hell. I think we were still another 2 rows from the front. Then Dad, I think, had called Lee Retro Chef, and I think he said to these close to. I said, well, fucking on my back, I'm gonna go over. I thought, fuck this. So found Lee. So I hadn't met Lee before. So yeah, meet and greet and stuff like that. So then we were only like a quarter away from the front. So we got in there quite early, really, considering. But the day went so quick. So moving on to Lee. I mean, it was great meeting you, pal. Like we've always, yeah, like we know. Some people are literally like they are on camera. Lee's one of them guys. Great lad, great crack. I think it was nice for him to experience Manchester, because I think, like I said to you on the phone, Lee, where you go to Blackpool, you'll appreciate it more. But it is a great event just to as a first event, because it is. If you're taking someone like your brother or you know, a sort of friend, and they're into gaming but not into retro, there's all the new stuff there, like your PS4s and your Xbox One. So there's a little bit of something there for everybody. They had like the Comic Con, well, I think it's a Comic Con, I don't know, but they had like the Transform stuff there, and a picture of me on the Iron Throne. Game of Thrones. I will put it in here somewhere, hopefully. So I was well chuffed to get my picture taken on that. What else did he have there that was a little bit different? Yeah, they had the cosplay. I didn't really see much of that though. So last year they had him in like, all the stuff was in segments, like they had the cosplay corner and stuff like that. But it's all jumbled up a little bit. They had all like the vendors in the middle and then little bits on the outside, and you kind of got a little bit disjointed as to where you were going to go and where you hadn't been. But yeah, anyway, back to Lee. So Lee was there, in all his glory. I think he did say he had a Mario hat on his booth. Said, "Take that fucking hat off, like a right twat." But he should have kept it on, I think. But never mind. Yeah, so it's nice to meet you as well, Paul. But anyway, so Lee, very kindly, I think he mentioned in his video, put along this game. So this has been in his cold dead hands for longer than I can remember. One copy he had before, I think he'd sold on. This one, he said the battery was a little bit iffy on it. Tried to do a deal with him, and you know what Lee's like, he's like fucking blood out of stone. But he's very kindly bent the knee and kind of gifted, I think semi-gifted me this. I'm sort of in the O to Lee, which is fine. That's the way I like to do it. But it's Super Metroid. One game I've never ever owned on the Super Nintendo. One game I've technically not played. I downloaded it on the Wii U and stuff, but I've never sort of technically played it on the Super Nintendo. So Lee, big thanks for that, pal. Obviously, if there's any sort of PS1 cheap games that I get, you're more than welcome to have them. Or, you know, any sort of old Spectrum tapes that I've got left, you're more than welcome to have them in exchange for this. I'm only joking. I did have to buy him a pint for that, but he wasn't having none of it. Where do we go next? Oh, I'm in the queue. Still in the queue. This was funny. So as I was leaving Amiga Old School, walking across to see Lee, and my dad and all that behind me, walking along, and this little lad popped out, and he went, and these guys were taking a piss out of me, because he you know, bless him, for a little lad, fucking balls of steel, and his name's Max, so fucking well done, Max. Jumps out of the queue and went, "Are you Tuned to UK from YouTube?" Like that. I mean, Daz had a better impression of him, but he was a cracking little lad. I said, "Yes, nice to meet you, buddy." And that was it then. And then he bumped, well, he seen me again in play, so I've got a little video clip of that, so check that out, of Max. So yeah, big thumbs up, Max, nice one, pal. And there's another chap, I didn't get his name actually, looking through games, and he didn't know my channel name, but he went, "Oh, you're Tales from the Booter." I was like, yeah, too. He's like, "Oh, that's it, yeah." So I don't know what your name is, but again, it was great to meet you as well, pal. Yeah, it was a good little day. I think it was just too big. That's my only thoughts on it. It was a little bit too big for a community, like, you know, sort of YouTubey type thing. But yeah, it's always a great day, always a great time. If you can get there, go, definitely. If you can get to Blackpool, go. It's going to be great, I think. Blackpool is the one for sure. Take a breath, man. Right. Oh, I've got some pickups actually. I'm going to stop there, and I'm just going to do a couple of quick pickups that I grabbed before play and a gift. So this is a little bit of a mishmash. Good friend Scott, Sega Saturn lad, how you doing, pal? Would have been nice to see you there today, yesterday. He said, have you got this game? I said, no, it's only about, I think it's 150 in CX or something like that. He goes, I don't know where he's grabbed it from, Crack Converters or whatever. I do need it. I think it's a recommended game actually on Retro Collect, so it's one of the few sports ones that's actually really good. And it's Madden 06 on the Cube. It's in a platinum box, I'm guessing, because the other one was mullered. I could swap that out anyway. All there, all in great condition. Little note from Scott. The tutors of UK. Stu. Never saw myself buying an EA Madden game ever. But I hope this game adds to the Cube collection. All the best, Scott. All the best, mate, Scott. Yes, it does. And actually, like I say, it's not meant to be a bad game. So, awesome. Check Scott out, obviously, as well. Then, on the Friday, favourite play, CEX. Fired a load of fodder in there. Bit of credit. Seen this, one that I needed. 15 notes. Tekken Tag Tournament. Wii U. Fantastic condition. One of the earlier launch titles. I remember Carl Woodlin playing this, or talking about it when he first got it. Yeah, you got special Wii U features, like you got some sort of like Mario type outfits and stuff like that. But yeah, again, it's, you know, no brainer really in that respect. And then a couple of charity shop finds, £1 each. This one, I'm sure, is a Cube game, and I have never seen it on the Cube, but I remember I took a mental note of it, and I've seen it on the PS2. I thought, well, I definitely haven't got the PS2 either. It is an earlier one, yes, blue disc, so it's still like a CD based game. It's Jacques Villeneuve's Speed Challenge Racing. That was £1. Early release, well, looks early to me anyway. So. Another one, I wasn't sure if I had this. It looks like a Star Trek first person shooter, and it is Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. I'm not a big Trekkie fan, I must admit. And then the one I got, when I seen this, I thought, one person straight away, I thought I knew I'd bump into it. It's always the way, you don't see a game for ages, and then you see it all the fucking time. So, Richard Turner, I hope that you bought this. I'll get this in the post to you at some point, pal. King of Route 66. So, I did say to you, if I find it again, I'll grab it for you. And it's, yeah, it's in great condition. I'll just double check the disc. Yeah, it'll play. It's got a few dinks on it, but I'm sure it'll play, mate. So, Rich, I'll have that in the post to you, buddy. Right, that's kind of non-play bit. I'm jumping back all over the place here, somewhat. Right, next up. Oh, in the queue, still in the queue. I had to go back and get some for another tuber that I've forgotten, because the queue's so big I thought, fuck it, I'll nip back to the car. Grab everything, come back, and who's there but Craig's here again. I have got him on film. I may have to sort of text his wife Jane. Craig doesn't do mobiles, and just sort of say, look, do you mind putting the footage of you on? I don't know if he would or not, I don't know. He's a very elusive character. Not as elusive as Duncan, but still very elusive. Yeah, Craig was there. He was there again, picking up some arcade machines and a couple of boards, I believe. So I bumped into him. He had poor Jane was there holding his place in the queue. And talking about the queues, weirdly enough, this is what sometimes I don't like about play. The queue to pay was actually a hell of a lot shorter than the queue for the tickets. So I think it's like £1 more to pay on the day or something ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. There's no, like Dad says, there's no reward for sort of paying up front and, you know, doing it the right way if you want or whatever. I mean, for me, what they should do is basically when you buy your ticket or you buy online, they should send you out like an armband or wristband or whatever with a little barcode on. Have a couple of machines there, a couple of turnstiles, and, you know, little thing and just zap your way through. That way the queue will fly through. It was a little bit better this year. You didn't have an armband. You went in and they said if you need to go out, they'll give you a stamp. So I think the queue did move a lot quicker from what I heard, but obviously when we were like the arse end of it, didn't know that, so I thought, well, I ain't fucking standing there. because in previous years it's been quite arduous. I'm standing there peeling off these single bits of paper ticket and wrapping it around your wrists. Fucking hell. So a little bit better, must admit, in terms of the queues and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't get the whole paying a day and it's quicker bollocks. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, anyway, it's nice to meet Craig and, like I said, and Jane. So as we do, we get in there and everyone just fucking goes scats to the winds. Everyone's, you know, doing their own thing, kind of, you know, so to speak. I did go to Console Passion. A few of us were there. Went to the PC Engine and literally looked for every single game. There was a few nice titles there, really top end, but a majority of them were kind of like RPG type ones that you just can't play. A few to note was Operation Wolf, and what was the other one they had it on the shelf? I mean, Operation Wolf, I think they wanted 18 quid for it. There was one other one. That's sort of Sidearms. They had that, and I think that was 15 or 14 quid as well. So I was kind of, I don't know. Looked in their cabinet, which is where like the sort of gold is. There had a couple of nice titles in there. Again, one to note was Yeez or Wise. I think it was books 2 and 3. Like I said to Daz, I said, and they wanted 45 quid for that. But I'm pretty sure that came in a slipcover, and this one didn't have the slipcover. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not sure enough to spend 45 quid and then come back home and find I can get it all complete for 40 quid or something. I mean, there was, like I say, the vendors were there. When you're into a couple of these events, you kind of start recognising the booths and the guys there. So a lot of the sort of same faces, some new and different vendors, which was nice. But I say, a lot of us, I think, all inadvertently sort of funneled towards Console Passion. It wasn't planned or anything like that. So I seen Craig, he'd bought something, and Jane was there. And I sort of turned around and Jane said, "Oh, Tootie, I've got something for you." So, what? For me? For me? So yeah, I've got you a gift. I said, "Well, you don't, no, don't do that." She said, "No, I've got you something." So, and she gives me this little box. Oh, thank you very much. I just put all my clobber down. And it's fucking awesome. So thanks, guys. Honestly, really do appreciate it. You didn't have to do this at all. And it's like what do you call it? Customised mug. So it's a double dragon one. Tootie's mug. Now that kind of says this is Tootie's face, but I think it means actually the actual cup. But yeah, a double dragon. So that's from Jane and Craig, or maybe just Jane, and Craig probably thinks don't buy that bastard anything. But no, guys, honestly, that's awesome of you. And equally, I think this is probably more Jane. They sent me a little gift for Molly, and there'll be a clip of her with said gift. She loves it. But yeah, it was great to meet you again. Two of the nicest people you could ever want to meet. Did bump into Craig again later on in the arcades. We had a blast on. Oh, shit, can't remember the game. He was saying it's quite rare, a bit of a shoot, but it was hard to get on them. Literally, there's a gap, and I went, quick, mid-sentence, I went, quick, get on it. So we had a 2-player blast on that. It was a toe plan game. I can't remember what it's called now. But it was a good laugh. The arcades, again, were absolutely rammed. I know the guys were, did their spamming on Killer Instinct, which looked a bit out of focus. Looked like an N64 one, like some smeared grease all over the screen. But yeah, I mean, it's just great just to be in and around them things, regardless. Afterbird looked as there. That's, again, I think people queuing for that fucking thing. What else was there? Outrun sit down cab. Very, like I say, for me, it's just nice to be around them. Generally on the Sundays when you probably get to play them a bit more. Talk about queues and stuff like that. That was it. In terms of the Comic Con, they had a lot of the sort of sci-fi type people there. So Chris Barry was there. You know, Rimmer from Red Dwarf. They had a Doctor Who guy there and stuff like that. So there's a lot of queues. People just getting stuff signed and whatnot. You know, like I say, that kind of expands the whole event. Makes it a lot bigger. So you pull in a lot of different people. And again, then people may come to see the Doctor Who guy. I think, oh, I remember that arcade machine. So. And the pinball machines and stuff like that, so they all get consumed by different people. And we were like having a laugh saying, "Why do you lot fuck off and leave us to play the games?" But you can't, you know. That's just how it is. And I think that's why Blackpool is a lot more geared towards what we want. But that's just the way it is. What else is there to talk about play? The bar, obviously the bar, they weren't too bad actually, £3.50 a pint. Or, yeah, £3.50 a pint, I think it was £3 for a bottle of Red Stripe or something like that. Not too bad, not too bad actually. Me and Daz were sort of saying, and Adam, we were pretty sure last time it was near enough a £5 for a drink, so that, you know, the prices were okay in terms of having, like, you know, a captive audience. And the same goes to the games as well, you know, in that respect. So, I've only got a couple of things. Talking about gifts, there's a chap there, I didn't know him before this. His name's Chris from Games You Loved. He'd contacted me before, sort of saying, oh, you know, we're going to play. Is there any particular games you're after? Let me know. This, that, and the other. Do some trades. I was like, yeah, I'm up for it. I think I replied back to him a little bit too late. I think a lot of the sort of vendors have got there a couple of days or a day before, so I think he may have missed my message. And because obviously I was like, well, I don't know what you've got. I don't know what you're after. But literally, we were there, and they were walking around videoing, and he sort of said, oh, I've got something for you. And I looked at his t-shirt. I thought, oh yeah, you messaged me. And he said yes, and I messaged you back. Obviously, like I say, he probably just didn't get it. He goes, well, look, I've got some gifts. This is our sort of blue fizz. And I was like, oh, bonus. And he said the same to Jay. He said, I've got something for you as well. And Jay was like, huh? Me? You know, kind of thing. Yeah, so Chris very, very kindly gifted me these games, which is, you know, very humbling when that happens. Equally, like when people come up and say hi, you know, it's very humbling. So, first thing off of Chris and the guys there at GamesYouLove.com is a nice t-shirt. You can never go wrong with a t-shirt. There we go. As the name suggests, GamesYouLove.com. GamesYouLove.com rather. And he went, so he nipped behind his little booth and he come out and he goes, I've got these for you. And I was like, fucking hell, cheers pal. And, you know, I was thinking like the odd game, and he fucking stack of PC Engine games here. I'm sure this is Cosmic Fantasy 2. Now I have this on the Turbo because it's an RPG. It's a very good game actually. I mean, you don't know, yeah, it is. It's Cosmic Fantasy 2. But I'm not going to say no to PC Engine games. So there's that on, which was like great. Then the nice cue card. I don't know what this one's called. I'm pretty sure this is kind of like an RPG one as well. I don't know what it's called. I'll have to do some research. Someone will tell me. I know they're like someone like K-Live Gamer and Soft Attack or whatever. They'll know. But this is all there, all complete, little styrofoam and stuff. I tend to see a lot of these in bundles. Just a cue card. I'm pretty sure it's like an RPG. Sure of it. Hang on, let me have a slurp and dry up here. Yeah, I hope all you guys that are there today, Sunday, having a good time. Rich Kid Retro. Always a good laugh, man. Always a good laugh having a chat with Rich. I had a couple of beers with Rich. I had a couple of beers with a lot of people. I actually think, again, I think I bought more beers than I drank, but I don't mind. You know, that's what I'll go there for. See you guys. Paul Bradley, Dave on Game Geek, Little Pete Dickinson, great to see you, mate. I know it was last minute for you. Always a pleasure. Lovely guy, Pete is. Who else was there? Well, I'm interjecting into this. I do apologise, Chris. I'll come back to the people that were there. This one, which kind of looks like it's still sealed, which is amazing. I don't have this, and I'm pretty sure you could probably get around it, even though it is in Japanese. And it's Power Golf 2. Just look, you know, even just the sort of price stickers look amazing, don't they? 380 yen. I have no idea what that equates to. £2, is it? I don't know. Then the last one he sort of gave me, which is great. I've got this Turbo loose shoe card. So this is kind of complete. I'm sure it's Victory Run. Driving sim with a styro. I've got spare little plastic Doobers for the Hue cards, so I love that in there. And I was like, fucking hell, mate, that's absolutely awesome. Oh, I've got a little Brucey for you. So he knows how it works. And again, I have no idea what this is. It looks kind of pornographic, to be honest. It's not surprising though, the Japanese. Again, I'm guessing it's some sort of RPG. Although it's a lot more expensive, 1,980 yen. Is that about a fiver? I don't know. And it's Cal 2. Again, in like a little... But it's all these little... Yeah, the Japanese do like their half-naked ladies. So, Chris, what can I say? Absolutely brilliant, mate. I mean, I think Jay was equally as astonished as I was. Jay got some cracking little items as well, and I was just like, fucking hell. I've got that on video, you'll see that at the end. I may have to wait until Jay does his video actually before I put that footage up, because it might ruin it, but humbling, very, very humbling, you know, as always. It's amazing. So who else to see? Effective Finch, Rich King Retro, Retro Chef, Effective Flint. I said I've let that in already. I'm going to miss someone off. You see, I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't do this, but I don't want not to say someone's name. Chris Novabug, always a pleasure. Gashead 66. The Retro Unlim guys, actually. Harry Yak. The voice, the man behind the voice. What a nice guy. I must admit, what a really nice guy he is. He, you know, very pleasant, very amenable. There's someone else. His mate Steve, who he actually admitted does a lot of the work. I'm pretty sure his name was Steve as well. I think there are two Steves, but I could be wrong there. But anyway, Harry Yak, Mr. Retro Unlim himself. Again, absolute pleasure to meet him. Really nice guy. Mark, Wouter. I think was it Wouter's missus, Wouter's wife, that was doing the video in all the pictures. I think she was a bit like, I had a little chat to her and she was like, it's too much geekness. She had geek overload. Who else was there? I missed Gebs, I missed Gemma. She was running around the place apparently. Oh, that was it. I was speaking to Russ and he sort of said Soul Funk Retro's there. Didn't get, I don't know what it looks like, so I wouldn't know. Missed him. There's somebody else as well. I do apologise if I have missed that. It'll probably come to me in a minute when I'm just going through these last couple of bits here. Said Gashead. Oh dear. Right. This is a nice little. This is a good little deal, I suppose. Opposite the store, opposite Console Passion, there's a couple of Scouse lads had a stall going, and I had a bit of banter with them guys. They were nice lads, they were. And there's a couple of games. I'd seen this game after I just spoke to Jane and Craig. I looked at the price. I think I mentioned it to Adam. So I said, I pulled it out the car. I thought, that's not a bad price, is it? And he was like, well, I don't know really. Went and looked around the stores, and it turns out actually, yeah, there were a couple of quid cheaper than most of the vendors. So I went back there, and it was still, it's not a hugely rare game, but it's one of these ones that I want, and I think it's on the Mega Drive as well. I'm going to get it on that, or a very similar game on the Mega Drive. So I grabbed this. There was another one in there. I couldn't remember if I had it or not. I want to say it wasn't Cobra Triangle, because I've got that. I got that off Tony. Shit, what's it called? Solar Jetman. And I couldn't remember if I had Solar Jetman or not. And I still don't know if I've got it. I should check that actually. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I thought, fucking, it's one of them ones you see all the time. You think, oh, I've got that, and it ends up you haven't got it. No, this one I definitely didn't have. So I grabbed, I had this in my hand, looking through, and they had some Super Nintendo titles in these Universal cases, and I flicked through, and I've seen this one there. I thought, well, it's not a bad price. Well, you know, realistically, it's a large Universal case. You know, the cover quality is really good. The sort of print off. So I grabbed these two titles. So the first one is Snake Rattle and Roll on the net. A lot of NES actually. I don't know what it is when I go to these events. I always gravitate towards the NES games. I don't know why. Yeah, so £5. Snake Rattle and Roll. Like I say, I was sort of thinking that's not a bad price. Went round the stalls. Actually, yeah, a lot of them were sort of £8, £9 for that. And there was this game, and that is Phalanx, which obviously, as you may or may not know, that was £9, right? There we go. In a nice universal case. So, looking at it, right, so when I got back I thought, let's have a quick check on that, as you do, just to sort of see, you know, if you've been completely ripped off. Fucking turns out that's actually a real good price. I don't think there's another one on there for sale on eBay. I think there's a complete one or something like that. Maybe about £35. But me being me, so I grabbed these, so I goes, alright lads, yeah, I had a bit of a chat with him, blah blah blah. So what's the best you can do on them pair? And he went, oh, you went £9, about £14. I said, no, what's the best you can do? And he went, oh, I said £12. He went 13. I went £12. He went 30. We had a bit of a laugh. He went, heads or tails? I went, fine. Heads or tails? He went, okay, I said call it. He went heads, flicked it, went tails, £12. Cheers. So, you know, £4 and £8 basically for them two. Not bad. So you can get deals, you just got to be a bit cheeky. But I say they were really nice lads actually. But yeah, that Phalanx, I'm pretty sure that's a US only game. It looks a pretty good shooter. I don't know. Those in the know will tell me. It is notable and it is renowned for its most obscure fucking cover ever, you know, of any, which is some redneck type old guy playing the banjo. Here's the banjo, isn't it? Was it ukulele? That's banjo. So, yeah, a couple of nice additions. I mean, like I say, that, you know, prices, you're not gonna get a deal. Someone will say to me, "I'm a Snake Rattle and Roll. You can get on eBay. That's only £4 on the, you know, bid or this, that, and the other." Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's just nice to buy them. You know, I've learnt that lesson. You know, when I first went, I was very sceptical. I was, you know, a little bit this, that, and the other. But you learn. You go there for different reasons, and you kind of have to work it a little bit. But like I said before, what you can do, which you can't do on eBay, is pick it up. You can have a look. Oh yeah, look, you know, the label's all right, and this, that. You don't get that on eBay. You can tangibly look at it and check it over, so you're happy. You know what you're getting. Allegedly, unlike this pickup where I completely fucked up, which is quite amusing actually, and I hadn't been drinking at this point either, so it makes it even worse. I'm pretty sure I hadn't anyway. Maybe might have had two. Don't know. There's a stall there with Jay. For some reason, Jay knew the guy, or the guy knew Jay, and he had quite a lot of games, some nice games. And this is, I said this afterwards. I reckon, right, it's cheaper to book a course to learn Japanese kanji, and then buy Japanese games, because you'll save a shit ton of money. So I was looking at this guy. So he has some a box of Japanese Saturn games, and looking for them, it was like Shining Wisdom, Shining Holy Ark, £5, £6. You know, they're like £80 games in PAL. Just thought, fucking speak, not even speak, fucking read Japanese. You'd be quids in. Fucking, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I looked through this box he had, and I'll show you the cock up at the end. But anyway, I got these for £16. So one of the games I got for free, which with hindsight has worked out quite well. So one of these ones, I asked Daz and Jay. Well, I was looking at the store before, and I bumped into Daz and Jay again, and I sort of said to Jay, "Oh, what do you think to these?" Because obviously he's a bit more in the know. Because I get a little bit confused with sometimes, especially, like I say, I'm no Saturn expert, so I get confused with like what came out on PAL, and they changed some of the names of some of the games. Like, so the Darkstalkers, there's a Darkstalkers game there. And it's called Vampire Hunter or something like that, and I get a little bit, I'm thinking, shit, have I got that one or not? And that's a problem when you have quite a lot of games. You do kind of lose, shit, have I got that or not? Anyway, I'm I digress. So, the one I grabbed, which I'm pretty sure I haven't got, it's, I think given the fact that he knocked a couple of quid off, if the other game hadn't been a complete boob, this would have been alright. It would have been about eBay prices, give or take. It's Street Fighter Zero. So I paid, well, he had it marked up as a tenner. There we go. And I seen this one, and I asked both of them. Adam was there as well. I said, "What's this one?" Because it might be called something different in the you know, in the PAL regions, and I just don't know. And everyone was stumped. I was like, "Don't know, never heard of that one before." I think Adam was a little bit like, "I could use that for the Friday night fight." But looking on eBay, it's I'll probably, you know, the price, the markup's probably a couple of quid on top. So some of you out there might know what this is. I don't know what it is. I thought it might have been Fighters History or Fighters History Dynamite. It's by Data East, and it's called Outlaws of the Lost Dynasty. So you got this like weird cover that looks like nothing, but it actually is a one-on-one beat 'em up. So if anyone knows if this got you know, a sort of Western release, did you see that? It might happen if you see some. I don't know if it's even in the arcades. So I was looking at it and I thought the trouble with a lot of these beat 'em ups, they all kind of amalgamate and merge and all look very, very similar. So look at these screenshots. It looks very sort of Samurai Showdown-esque, but it's by Data. Yeah, it's by Data East. Now I know they did Fighters History, which is one of the better Street Fighter clones of the time, but I don't know anything about this. But like I say, looking on eBay, it's it only goes for about 3 or 4 quid ish, give or take. But I'll stick it on. It'll be on the background at some point, and I'll give it a blast. So the complete cock up. So I was looking through the Saturn, right, and I seen this one there. I thought, oh, 4 quid. I thought, fucking, I didn't know this was on the Saturn. I thought, that's a fucking good price, that is. I just didn't recognise it. It didn't register at all. So I was at the bar with Lee, and I said, you know, oh, what do you get? What do you get? I've got this. He went, hey, you got that? I went, no, I ain't got that on the Saturn. He went, that's not on the Saturn, no. I was like, what? He went, that's a PlayStation game. I was like, oh, fucking hell. It is point blank. And as you can see, it's on the PlayStation. And like a fucking, I don't know, I think it's because I was looking in the Saturn box. Obviously this had slipped in there somehow. And it, the problem is because the Japanese covers are literally like a full cover, and it's not a traditional PlayStation case for me. 4 quid. I'm sure there's some Japanese collectors out there that I may be able to gift this over to. Because like I said, I don't need it. I've got point blank 1, 2 and 3. But Lee was like, you fucking twat. And I was like, you fucking twat. But I mean, what we've got there, we've got 21 quid, and he only charged me 16 quid. So I didn't really, like I say, that one was kind of ended up being a bit free. You get too into it. You honestly, you get swallowed up by it all. It runs away with you. It makes the day. You know, I'm not fucking not self-conscious. So I can't laugh at myself. Tell you that much. What else happened before I get to the last little section? What else do we have? Yeah, they all fucked off and had something to eat. Left me on my own. Bastard. No, it's alright. I don't mind that. I can enjoy my own company. Did a little bit of filming. Had a walk round. What else went on? What? Had my photograph on the Iron Throne. Yeah, because that's about 2:30. That was. That didn't open till 2:30. I'm trying to think what else happened. Can't remember now. Anyway, last little bit of the pick up top bits. These were bought in 2 sections, 2 chunks. Got 2 of them actually. So the first, again, you know, these aren't the greatest prices. I know the chap who looked after me here, and he's I consider him a good friend. He needs to make a bit of money. I can check out the carts, so I'm happy with them. So I don't, you know, in that respect, I don't mind. A lot of people say, oh, they're only this much. Yes, I know, I've checked them when I got back, and they're a couple of quid on top, and this, that, and the other. But they take the discount off that they gave me. You know, he's got a couple of quid over off on me, but I don't. That doesn't bother me too much. Over the years, I've learned to live with that, and that's what you have to do. So these are from my mate Rick. Rick's got a site. I think I met him in. Was he in Blackpool or was it the year before? Can't remember now. I think from a vendor perspective, he was quite new back then. He's built up a very good reputation. I think it's him and his mate. They do, or it might be his mate, I don't know. But Rick's the face of it, so to speak. But they do a lot of great modifications to consoles. Just cosmetic ones. Fantastic. And I think Dave and Jay did quite well out of him at Blackpool last year. It's Warp Zone Gaming. Let me show you this. But Rick's a fantastic lad. He's really nice. You know, he's not an arsey. He's not a sour face fucker like some of them are. You know, you ask him for a couple of quid off, you think you're fucking stealing fucking milk out the baby's mouth. There's a couple of titles there. There's more than a couple of titles I want off Rick. Again, these are NES games. I don't know what it is. I bought a load of NES off him at Blackpool as well. I just gravitate to him. I don't know why. I just do. He really looks after me. I think he knocked me about 10 quid off these, which, you know, even then it's, I think on each one he's made a couple of quid off me. I don't give a shit, to be honest. I can check the carts out. I'm happy with them, etc, etc. So first up, I needed this one. Technically, I probably should get this box complete to match the other two that I've got that box complete, but nah, I'm not too bothered. It's Double Dragon 3. Yeah, 15 notes. Obviously I did pay 15 notes for it. If anything, you can probably say I paid a £5 for this, and then the full whack for these two. Next up was one that I've been after for a while. This isn't a bad price. A little bit of stick appeal there. I probably thought I could live with that. Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. So he wanted 25 notes for that, which technically I sort of paid, if you like. And the last one, which is a US only release. This is one of the games that never really, well, it didn't come out over here. It's always one I sort of read in the magazines as Super Play and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't mind that. Battery backup and stuff like that. And it's Dragon Warrior. Oh yeah, 25 quid. So, you know, for them 3 days, he charged me 55 quid. I can't say fairer than that. He's got to make it, you know, he's got to turn a profit. Keep himself afloat. There was a couple of, well, there was one particular game I was on an hour, so I bought them quite early on. And I went back and said to him, I might come back for that game, if it's still there. And it was later on. Because I was very conscious. I've been conscious of this since the first time when fucking me and Daz, I think we must have pissed through about 150 quid at the bar the first year we were there. So subsequent years I've been very conscious to buy something, not just for the hell of it, but to buy something so I've got something to show, you know, because I do get carried away a little bit, especially when I'm in a social environment. I'm a social creature. I like chatting, I like having the crack, I like having the laugh, so I can get carried away quite easily. So I get very conscious that I need to have something of worth to show. So that's why I bought them. There's a couple of games, again, like I said to Rick, I might come back for them. So I didn't spend as much as I thought I'd spend, actually. So I went back and said, I'll have these two. What can you do with, you know, what's the best you can do? And do you know what? I can't remember what he said now. It might have been 25 quid. He might let me, no, 28. 27 quid. 27, 28 quid. Anyway, so these are kind of like Nintendo's version of Wonder Boy. Now I'm not sure if there was anything that went on back at the time and someone got told off for these. I can't remember now, but I know there was a bit of kerfuffle regarding the whole franchise, and it's the Adventure Island games. This is Adventure Island Part 2. So you want to, you got 15 notes on that one. And then the one I nearly bought it with the first batch is this one. Now, I did double check because I'm pretty sure I knew it wasn't the game that I thought it was, but I knew it was still a pretty good game. And Jay confirmed, says, yeah, it's not like the arcades, which is a shame because the arcade game is fucking fantastic. I love the arcade game. Follows the movie brilliantly. But it's just nostalgia, because I love the movie. And that game is Willow. Again, this is a US only release. He wanted 20 quid on that. So let's say for Adventure Island 2 and Willow, he's on 27 or 28 quid for the pair. So overall, between the 5 games I got off Rick from Warp Zone Gaming, I did all right. I think I was happy. I didn't feel like I've been done over. So that's really all the pickups. And I'm gonna miss something off. I know I am. I've got a bit of footage. Like I say, I'll do a video. I won't talk over it. I'll just like sort of list the footage. I think in previous years I've done the footage first and then talked afterwards. But I do need to check with a few people just in case I don't want to be seen on camera. I hope I haven't missed anybody off. If I have, I do apologise. But yeah, it was a great event. It's always a good time. Always a good time. If you haven't been, you should go. If that's your bag. Oh, Andy. See, I knew it was Andy, PS1 fan. So Andy's falls into the sort of categories I'm talking. If you're not a very sociable creature, it can be quite daunting. So Andy, I think he wanted one of the hand cannons, and I thought he was going to come to the bar. So I've been walking around for ages trying to find him. That was the other thing as well I was going to say about it. Fucking mobile phone signal. We're in Manchester, next to Trafford Centre. There's no signal. The signal outside, there's no signal inside at all, which is shit. Yeah, just trying to get hold of Andy, just because I had this fucking box in my bag, and they ain't, these, I've got the spell. These aren't small boxes to look around. There's no weight in them, but they're quite chunky items. So met Andy, thought, fuck, here you are. Shook his hand and that, and I'm pretty sure he said, oh, I need a drink, and I thought he was going to come with us, and then he was there with his mate, Ash, I think, and he didn't come. So Andy, I don't know what happened, mate. I thought you were going to come for a drink, and when I turned around, you weren't there. Who else? I think that might be it. But yeah, great. A long day though. I think I got back home at 10 o'clock. Which is a long day. So from up at 5 and get home till 10. But enjoyable. Got some nice bits there. Some great gifts again. What can you say? I think Blackpool's the one though. So anybody who's sort of on the fence, thinking about it, definitely come along. But you've got to sort of put yourself out there a little bit. I don't know what, unless someone makes a video, I don't know what anybody looks like. So I'm not being ignorant or rude, but if I don't know what you look like, I don't know. So yeah, like I said before, those that come and said hello, excellent stuff. Really do appreciate it. Little Max, what a champ, what a champ. And yeah, I'll do the footage, and hopefully, if you're going to go, I'll see you at Blackpool. Take it easy, YouTube. Bye bye.